Welcome to the training of the Florida Speakers Association products. So I just want to show you a little background about what I'm doing here. First of all, before you can create a product, you actually have to create the landing page that the product is going to link to. So what I do typically is I'll create the page that describes the program. This is basically the same information that was sent to me by Keith. I embed the pictures. For this one, I created a nice header image because we have two speakers so that they're actually separate below. Typically, if it's just one speaker, like when we had Bill Stainton, I'm not sure why this is overlapping. It shouldn't be. But typically, I would just do this and I wouldn't create a separate image. So for this one, because we had two speakers in the morning and afternoon, I created a nice little header. You know, you can do whatever you want. You don't have to. And if you want to look at the page from the back end, and so I do also create links to the registration down below, but let me show you the back end real quick so you can see what I do. So here is the dashboard and that page. I embed the image. The image is called Florida Speakers Association is Coming to Naples. And I do it that way because people may not recognize FSA, but they'll recognize Florida Speakers Association. So then once I'm done with that, I create the page, etc. I start working on the registration. And you'll see that I've already linked one of them here. Basically, I just go in and do like a typical link. I insert the link, and I'll show you that when I do the next one. Then I make sure everything I do, I hit update. So each time you make a change, make sure you update it so that you don't lose the information. Then I'm going to go in and I'm going to view the page. And really quick, I'm going to show you the home page so you can see what I did for that, since there, again, were two speakers. Here's Walter Bond, our headline speaker for the morning. FSA is Coming to Naples. Then I created an image for him. And then I click Learn More. And you can, and it goes right to this page, which you link in the back end, and I'll show you how to do that as well. Then here's the image for Heather. Same thing, and I'll show you again how to do that. So I'm going to go back to this page. And the one thing you have to do is after you've created the pages, you have to create the product. Now what I did was I simply went to the store, and I think we might want to change that, and I found the meeting that would most likely represent this event. So I've only created a few products. I think it might be confusing if you create too many, so I've created a monthly membership registration. This would be for the full day and half day events, and then I created separate ones. So this one is the monthly meeting registration full day members. So I click on that. Actually, it should be half day. I'm sorry. Let me find the half day for members. Monthly meeting registration morning session members. So I'm going to go to that one real quick. And so I've already changed this one to the morning session. And the reason I do this is because to make it easy for people, rather than making 4 different things for them to click on and buy, I use what's called grouping. So here's the monthly meeting registration for members. And you'll see morning sessions already created. This is the half-day session that was with Lois, and I'm going to edit this one. And then this will say monthly meeting members 55 to 70. Actually, should say 79. I think we had a special on that one for Lois, or maybe I just didn't put the right price in. So then they can choose if they want a morning session or if they want the full day. So the full day, then they would only have to add one item to the cart, as opposed to, you see it says full day, as opposed to purchasing the morning or purchasing the afternoon. It's a little less confusing, I think. So I'm going to go to this one. This is the other member. This is the full day for members. And I'm going to edit it just like I did the other product. pretty simple. And you just go in, and what I do, and I didn't do this with the last one, but I'm going to do it with this one, is I'm going to change the URL here. That's the first thing you want to do. Members full day, and then the date, April 13th. And that's all you have to do. And then you could do here, members full, let me see what I did with the other one. Monthly meeting, registration members. Let me find the half day so I can make sure I'm consistent. Monthly meeting registration members, morning session. Okay, so what I did with that one, what did I call it? Okay, so it's morning session. So I'm going to put full day, and I'm not going to even put, you could put full day, Walter Bond, Heather Christie, just so they know what they're buying. But remember, each time you go in, you're going to have to change that. Then you'll see what I did with this one. So the full day is going to have a little bit different description. So monthly meeting registration. This was the description, but I'm now going to take the description. I just copied and pasted it. And then typed over it. And then I'm going to go back to the meeting itself. And I'm just going to type in afternoon session with Heather Christie. I'm not typing in their bios because that's already on this page. Basically, what we're doing here is just adding a little description to it so people can remember what they're ordering. Okay, and then I'm going to put down at the, and I'm going to change the price to $79 because that's the price for the afternoon session, for the full day. So it's going to say full day members with Walter Bond. This is where you can put the CSP, CPAE, and Heather Christie, CSP. And then you're going to change the date here. And those are the things that you have to do with each one. And this is going to be from, I believe it's 1 to 2:30. I'm going to just say 8:30 because this is a full day. There is no afternoon pricing, so we either do morning or full day. Let me just see, and I'm going to go over here to the page because I need to put in the correct location. And I think it's important that you do that simply because it just reinforces that we're at a different location, okay? You can put anything you want in here. I just try to make it as simple as possible, a little copy and paste. I'm updating, and you can see this is now updated to full day. The other thing is when I go in, I should go into Bill Staton's, and I'll make him a past, and I'll show you how to do that in a separate video. I'll add him to the past events, and I'll take out the registration part at the bottom so it doesn't confuse people thinking it's still going on. So that's it. Then you're going to view the product so you can see what it looks like. See 79 full day, Walter Bond, and Heather Christie. And then the location's up here, and then here gives the description a little bit. So then I'm going to go back to the page that had the description, or the whole thing, whole description of the event, the date and everything. This is the actual invitation, if you will. And it's already got the members registration here. So I have to put in the full day. Let's see what it says here. Okay. Full day members register here. And I'm going to just, and you'll see, you'll just copy that link. Now, once we change this back to the regular website without the staging. It'll all go to floridaspeakers.org and the staging will be removed. It's an automatic thing when we upload this site. But for now, it says staging, so don't worry about that. Just insert the link, hit apply, and I usually like to bold it. It's still going to come out blue, and update. Okay. Now, you'll notice that if people go, let's finish that. I'm sorry. We'll go to the view page, and both links should work. Member register here, and I could change the color of that, and that's full day, and members register here. We could do it another way if you prefer. I did it this way just to be a little less confusing. But say people came to the store and they saw monthly registration. Oh, sorry, that's guests. Let's go back to the members. Monthly registration, full day, members. Okay, so here's the just monthly meeting registration. So you actually have 3 places that would be editable, but this will automatically edit or update the morning and afternoon, so you don't have to go in and do anything here because I've already created it in the back end to update. And so that they can go here, monthly meeting registration, members. If you prefer, I can change that on the page. Let me see here. Let me go back to the page. Let me go back to the current events. I'm going to get back in here. So hold on a moment. So I could change this to have just 2 boxes that says members register here and guests register here, and then they would get this page for meeting registration members, and I'm just getting ready to edit the one for guests. So this is meeting registration guests. So when I do, then those 2 things will also change. But as you can see, you just change it in the individual for this. So if you prefer the images here, and just 1 image for members and 1 image for guests, we can do it that way. Right now I did it this way because this is the way it was basically done on the other site. I don't want to confuse people too much, but decide what you'd like to do and we'll do it. In the next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to edit and create the home page images for updating speakers.